received some of the sold.com leads from our office, but haven't really been able to convert them efficiently, this may help give you some insight as to why. So what we're going to talk about today is how sold.com works, understanding the need of the consumer that's coming through that website, feeding the need, booking the appointment, and then we always wrap up with some easy conversion methods. Just by a show of hands, or you could throw up the little hand in the chat or whatever you want to do, who here has listed a sold.com client? No? Nobody yet. Nobody on this call. All right, well, we're going to go over it. All right, so how sold.com works. First thing you need to know is you need to know what the landing page looks like. So you can see over there on the left, I've put a screenshot of the landing page. And you need to know what options the consumer is given when they go to this sold.com landing page. So sold.com is much like Zillow or Realtor or anywhere else. They advertise on Google and other platforms and say, if you're looking to buy or selling a home, we can make it less painful. Okay, so that's kind of their spiel. Buying or selling a house is a pain. We're making it less painful. So they take a slightly different approach. They don't live connect you with an agent. They are really putting their advertising out there for clients who don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to sell their home. They don't know what their options are to sell their home. They don't know a real estate agent personally, and they want more information. So anytime you're working with any type of online leads, it's important to understand what the client is asking for. So whether it is sold.com, Realtor, Zillow, and there's thousands of online lead generation companies, your very first step before talking to that client should be go to the landing page and see how they got to you, because that's going to help you understand what their need is, and that's going to be able to help you serve them best. So the very first thing they see, buying or selling a house is a pain. We're making it less painful. And then they can go in and they can add their address into the search field. If they want to sell, they can add their information in. If they want to buy, and then they can also click that button that says sell and buy, which tells you they need to do both. And sold.com will match them with local area agents or brokers that are willing to work with them. So we're gonna deep dive into this a little bit more. But basically, they go to the landing page, they're checking out all the options, they click that call to action button, and then the lead is automatically captured. And keep in mind, that lead is captured before they even put their information in. The minute they put their address in or their name, or say they start filling out the form, but they don't click submit, their lead is captured. And then it is sold back to agents and brokers, which is how we get them. Step number 4 is a connection is made. So if they go through the whole page, if they put in their address, find matches, it's going to ask them to put in their name and their telephone number and their email. And then it's going to give them some options of local area agents or brokers. So if you pay sold.com to advertise for you, which we do, our name shows up first and foremost. It says, hey, we have a brokerage that can help you, that is educated on helping you find options for selling your home, whatever that may be. So they get our information and then we get their information. But again, even if they don't hit submit, the minute they put in their address or their name or anything, it lead captures the information that they were provided and it sends it to us anyway. Okay, so I'm going to go over a little bit of that later in the slide. So below where they have that call to action button, this is what they're seeing. And this is so important when it comes to sold.com leads. The only service to provide unbiased guidance across every selling model. Okay, so this is why people are going to sold.com, because they know that the partner that is going to contact them can answer their questions in regards to auctioning their home off, getting them a cash investor to purchase their home, working with them on a reduced commission basis, giving them information on for sale by owner, doing a regular real estate transaction, sell and stay. So that would be an example of that would be having an investor purchase their home and then renting it back to them, or buy before you sell. Okay, so each one of these is very distinct. If you have not worked with any of these programs or don't know much about it, definitely come to other trainings, which will go over some of these, or start doing your research online. Auction is one of those categories that can be good or bad, just depending. It really, in my own personal opinion, if they're motivated to get a certain price for their home and they can't sell without getting that price, probably not a good option for them. But if they want to sell their home absolute, if they want to sell it quickly, they want to sell all the content, they just want to be done with it, this may be a good option for them. Cash investor. Now, we all know that cash investors tend to pay much less than the retail price of a home, but to some home buyers to some home sellers, that may not matter. Maybe their home is in less than perfect condition. Maybe it's not something that, it has a dilapidated back patio and they're worried about somebody getting hurt on the property. Maybe there's a tenant in there and they're concerned about showings. A cash investor purchase may be what they need to get their home sold. But if they're looking for a retail price on their property, cash investment may not be best suited for them. Next, we come to discount broker, and this is where everybody loses their mind. I don't want anybody to lose their mind. Don't jump off the call. I'm not telling you that you should dump your commission and not making any money. But I've always been a firm believer in that the real estate industry comes out, we come to people's homes and they'll say, what's your commission? And you just say, oh, it's 6% or 7% or 5% or whatever it's going to be. And we really don't show them what they're getting for that price. So I don't think there's any of you on this call. I think maybe Dylan popped in. I'm not sure. I can't see. But if you have been here for a long time, you know that my team before opening the brokerage always talked about commission menus, and there is a price point for everything. I full-heartedly believed in putting exactly what I did down on paper and say, for this price, these are the services you're getting. For this price, these are the services you're getting. And for this price, these are the services you are getting, right? Like a menu, because marketing a property is not one size fits all. It's just not. And sometimes you have to offer your client options. So by discount brokerage, I don't mean that you're dumping your commission and you're doing all of the work for no money. It means that maybe you're only offering selected services for a selected price. And the higher you go in price, the more services you offer. So just think outside of the box a little bit with that one. For sale by owner, some people want to know, if I sell my house for sale by owner, what am I getting into? And that's why they're asking, what am I going to have to do? Why would I hire a real estate agent and not go it alone? And I respect for sale by owners. If you know your stuff, and you know about all of the laws and the regulations and everything that goes along with it, by all means, sell your home on your own. But the generalized consumer does not know what is needed. So that's the point where they're going to want you to really lead them and educate them on all of the things they're going to need to do a for sale by owner sale. Real estate agent. Some of them just come on because they don't have a real estate agent. They don't know how to get in contact with a real estate agent. They don't have any referrals for real estate agents. So this one's pretty non-explanatory there. Sell and stay. So options with sell and stay. We went over that, maybe, getting an investor to buy their home and then allowing them to rent back. I've had a couple cases over my career where it was an elderly person and then they got a lifetime lease on it where it's okay with it's X amount of dollars. The person just wanted it for an investment for the land, but you can stay for as long as you were alive at this price. So sometimes those can be worked out. Please don't do any of those without having the client contact an attorney, please, because that is outside of our education level. So make sure you get an attorney involved. But that's always an option. And buy before you sell. Buy before you sell. I know there's lots of brokerages out there that have these programs that you can buy before you sell. Basically, it's just a bridge loan. And this is where you would get Sarah involved to talk to you and the client about the potential of doing a bridge loan so they could buy their next home before selling their current one. Questions on the options here. I just want to make sure we went over the options very clearly of what the client is expecting. Yep. All right, moving on. All right, so what is the lead asking? When they click that button, what are they asking? So just below those option fields that they're seeing on sold.com, there is this blurb here that says, we've done the homework for you. There are new companies emerging who are introducing new ways of transacting real estate. There are pros and cons to both traditional and the new methods. We've dedicated ourselves to the science of helping you know which approach would suit your unique scenario best. Save on commissions, sell for more, faster and easier. Okay, so this is what they are seeing. So again, this goes back to the point that these people want the education. So leading in with the, hey, I'm a real estate agent, I'm here to list your home today is going to have the opposite effect. That's not what they're asking you. They're asking for a real estate professional to speak with them and educate them on their options, whether listing their home with a real estate agent is best for them or not. So you have to lead as an educator here. They are asking you to call them and provide them options and then let them make the choice that is best for them. So understanding that before you call your sold.com sellers is so, so important. You do not want to go in with the kill first. All right, so what is the need? They obviously need to sell their property. We know that because they got sold.com, right? They wanted options. Sold.com website has provided them with options, not all of the information that they need, but at least their options. What do they need from you? They need to know their home value and they need to know some fee options. Out of those options, what does it cost? What is it going to entail? What work am I going to have to do? What are the chances of success? So start thinking about that need. That's why they're calling you. So we go back to feed the need, 15 seconds or less. Establish the need, vocalize the need, offer an open-ended question, and confirm that the need has been fed. So avoid yes or no questions. Always, always avoid yes or no questions. So establish the need. What could their need be? We know that they have a home to sell, right? They wouldn't be on that page if they didn't have a home to sell. They wouldn't be on that page if they knew how to sell their home. So what do they need? Let's whittle down on what do they need. Do they need to know their home's value? That's pretty common. That's probably the most common. Like what, I don't know what my home is worth. Like how do I figure that out? Do I call a real estate agent? Do I call an appraiser? Do I call my attorney? Do I call my tax guy? The majority of the population does not know how to do these things. And I think that we really take this for granted because we live, breathe, and die real estate. And it's really hard for us to kind of think that we have the knowledge that the general public does not have, but it couldn't be more true than that. If you are not experienced in real estate, you have not a clue what to do. So the biggest need for a lot of people is their home's value, but not always. Sometimes they know their home's value, but they need ways to sell their home. They want options. They want to be educated on what their options are, what their rights are. Sometimes they want to sell their home, but they're afraid because how are they getting into their next home? How do they buy their next home? Do they call a real estate agent? Do they call the listing agent? Especially past all of this NAR settlement that we just went through this last year, there's an immense confusion on who they call and why and what it's going to cost. Okay. And then that leads me to number 4 is the commission. You know, especially if they're selling and buying, who pays the commission? How much is the commission going to cost? What are they getting for the commission that they're paying? So start thinking outside of the box and really establish their need. So if they say, I need to know what my home is worth, you know, offer an in-person consultation, book that appointment, say, oh, that's wonderful. I would love to do that for you. Actually, we offer a free in-person consultation to find out your home's value since you're a sold.com member. Are you available on Thursday or Friday of this week? Okay. Ways to sell my property. Okay. If they say, well, I really know what my home is worth, but I'm just looking for like ways that I can sell my property. I don't know if I'm really ready to go with a real estate agent, but I really want to know what my options are. Offer them a virtual consultation. Say, hey, that's fine. That's fine. You know what? I would love to sit down and have a virtual consultation with you. That way you can do it right from the comfort of your own home. It only take about 15, 20 minutes. Is Thursday or Friday better for you? I can send you a link. Buy before you sell. This is one where you can offer an online consultation with Sarah. Sarah will do those online consultations with you. Buy before you sell. Yes, we have programs for that. In fact, our finance manager here at our office would be happy to get on a virtual call with you right from the comfort of your home. It only takes about 15, 20 minutes. And that way she can ask you the questions that she needs to see if you qualify for our program. And then commission savings. This is a great time to offer a commission menu to them and start really whittling down on what's important. We're going to go over that here in just a bit. All right, let's talk about what is my home worth. Offering a free, no obligation home evaluation is a great way to get in the door and start to build rapport with the seller. Make sure that you let your Sold.com leads know that there is no cost. This is a gift from you and from Sold.com. And how I would approach this conversation is when you're talking to a client, let them know. I would say, hey, yeah, you know what? I would be happy to let you know what your home is worth. Since you came through Sold.com and we have a partnership with Sold.com, we come out to your property. It takes less than 30 minutes, sometimes 40, because I can talk a lot, but if I start talking too much, you just tell me to get on out of there if you've got something else to do. But I come out, I take a look at the property, talk to you a little bit about what you've done and any of the pros and cons of your property. And then I'll get you a full report that we'll go over that not only shows your home's potential value, but also what's going on in your neighborhood, what else is sold recently, and gives you the full demographics of the neighborhood and what's going on in the market. And there's no fee for that at all. Is Thursday or Friday better for you? So one thing you want to make sure that you're always doing is you're mentioning Sold.com when you're talking to these people so that they know exactly who you are and why you are calling, because they don't know Realty One Group. They don't know us. Remember, they don't know any agent. If they knew an agent, if they knew a brokerage, they wouldn't be calling. They wouldn't be going to Sold.com to figure it out. So make sure that you introduce yourself and your brokerage, but say that you are calling on behalf of Sold.com. All right. If the need is ways to sell a home, how do we interact with that client? So I would respond as a real estate expert in your market. I would be happy to discuss the many ways you can sell your home. Can you tell me a little bit more about what is most important to you in your home sale? See what I did there? I'd be happy to tell you about all the ways you can sell your home. Can you tell me a little more about what is most important in your home sale? Why would I ask that? Anybody? You guys are quiet today. You guys are quiet because the need isn't ways to sell your home. They're telling you that they need additional education on ways that they can sell their home, but why? What are some reasons why people would want to look at multiple ways to sell their home? Can you think of any? Why not just go straight to a real estate agent? That's the most common way. Why would people be looking for other ways?
Maybe trying to save money.
Save money? Mm-hmm. It's another example.
Not trusting agents from past experiences.
Yep. Past experience, past negative experiences. What about they value their privacy? They don't want people tromping through their home. They need to sell their home quickly because maybe there's a foreclosure pending. Maybe they're back on their taxes. Maybe it's an estate issue and the estate needs to be settled. Maybe they're out of state and Aunt Nancy passed away and left them a house in Pennsylvania and they've never been to Pennsylvania. They don't know what to do with it. And what about condition? How many times do we see houses that are in such poor condition that we don't even feel comfortable bringing agents in to show it? I mean, I've been in that boat. So you need to whittle down on why they want options. We know they want options, and it's our job to lead them and educate them to the decision that works best for them. But why? do they need options? For you to give them the option that works best for them, you need to find the need. So feed the immediate need of ways they need to sell a home, and then find the actual need. Find the actual need, the privacy, the price, the speed to sell, the condition, the type finances, maybe coming in with with the commission expenses. Find that need. All right. If their need is buy before you sell, how do we feed that need? We need to offer them a potential solution. So the way that you would transition into that is I fully understand the importance of planning. Our finance manager has some solutions that may be able to help. I would love to arrange a call. Does Thursday or Friday work best for you? And then schedule that online meeting with Sarah. Okay. So this is a great one. I get hit with this one as a question as a broker all the time. Like, this broker has this program, this broker has this program, and they're just fancy names on a program that already exists out to the consumers, whether they use a real estate agent or not. But buy before you sell is always one of those biggest questions of like, how do we do that? In essence, a buy before you sell is a bridge loan. So a bridge loan is connecting one loan to the other loan. So if you have a house that you're living in now and you have a house that you want to buy, it bridges the gap in between. And if the client qualifies, so they still have to qualify, they can't have crap credit, they still have to qualify. Sarah would be able to provide a product that helps them bridge the gap for a period of time so that they can move on to their new home before selling their old one. So this is where you would really want to bring in Sarah and let them know that you have a financial professional that can help. All right, commission concerns. This is like the big one, commission concerns. So the need would be commission concerns. But again, let's get down to the nitty gritty and figure out why. We need to figure out why. We need to get in their head. We need to figure out what they're feeling, what they're thinking, so that we can offer options. And I would respond by, I understand that many clients need a program that fits their budget. This is why I offer multiple marketing plans that fits my clients' needs. Can you tell me what is most important to you in your home sale and what budget you had in mind? Okay, so what is most important to them in their home sale and what budget they had in mind? So every action has a price. And this is how I want you guys to start thinking, is every action has a price. Now, think of the comparison here. If I am listing a $200,000 property and they want professional photography, professional videography with the outlines of the property, they want standard drone photography with outlines. They want a big social media campaign where we bring in a videography group and it looks like a big commercial, a big debut for their home. They want multiple signs. They want boosted posts all over social media. They want boosted Google ads. And all you can hear in the back of your mind is cha-ching, 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 with all of your money leaving your pocketbook for what you're going to be spending on marketing this property. So that is something that you're going to have to take into consideration when it comes to commissions. But in complete opposite of that, let's say you go to do a seller's consultation and they say, you know what, what's most important to me is selling my home to the right buyer, even if it isn't for the highest price, for having a bit of privacy, because I don't want, tire kickers and just lookers tromping through my house at all hours of the day and night. And all of that videography and stuff, I'm not really a social media person. Like, I don't really care about that. As long as the photos look nice, I'm good. And I've seen your listing photos. They're pretty nice. So think of them in this way. So if I have that $200,000 listing that I'm going to spend probably $1,500, $1,700 in marketing before it even hits the market, as opposed to the exact same house and the exact same style of house in that neighborhood that just wants the bare bones basic, how am I going to price my marketing packages for these sellers? Would you price them the same or would you price them different? Anybody out there want to jump in? Guys are quiet today. I'm gonna start calling on people.
I would price them differently because you get what you paid for kind of a situation.
Yeah, that's just it. But how many times do we think of it like that? We always, as agents, we go in with the lead of like, it's 6% commission. Now, what do you want me to do with your house? And that's the wrong way of doing it. Like if we went in and found the need first, can you tell me what's most important about your home sale and what budget you had in mind? Why can't we have them answer the question first instead of what's your commission? Well, 6%. And what do you want me to do to your house? You know what I mean? We should be having our clients tell us what their need is so that we can properly feed their need. And agents who do this at their pre-listing appointments are so much more successful when they are in multiple agent interview situations. Because we never truly take the time to figure out what their need is. We can't help somebody who doesn't tell us what their need is, right? But we can't get the need if you don't ask. How many times have you been in a relationship or a friendship where the friend is mad at you, but refuses to tell you why they're mad? And you are sitting there clueless. It's like one of my biggest pet peeves. Like if you're mad at me, call me out on it. Call me out. Because if I'm sitting here like, and I have no idea, like I can't fix it if you don't tell me, right? We should be treating our clients the same way. So get to the need first, ask them what their marketing budget is, and then you can start building your marketing plan and the commission that you're charging based around what they want, not what you want, what they want. And this is going to be really, really important with these sold.com leads, especially ones that have commission in mind. All right, so booking the appointment, as always, get that appointment booked with your sold.com lead. Make sure you tell them that it is free, that there is no obligation. It is just part of the sold.com program. Your initial meeting is just to meet them, provide them their home's value, and to give them options on selling their home, whatever that means to them. So go ahead and send that calendar invite with the lead as a guest with a full location and setting as the GPS navigation. Follow up with a text message to the client with the appointment details after you talk to them, and then email the lead a thank you for taking the time to speak and include the appointment details and your full contact information in the email. So we are remembering our touches. We talked to them on the phone, touch 1, sent them a calendar invite, touch 2, sent them a text message, touch 3, and then we sent them an email, touch 4. Go through your easy lead conversion steps. We have our initial consultation. So we're actively listening, note-taking, and finding out additional needs. So we always want to get to what the actual need is. Then you go over to your pre-listing appointment. Make sure you're doing your seller presentation, delivering options, and building rapport at your appointment. You want to provide options for them. So have multiple options available and marketing structures available that fit their need. Again, it's not about your need, it's their need. So make sure you have structures available to fit their need. And then future booking. So book your next appointment before you leave. This is no different with buyers than it is with sellers. Book that appointment before you leave, even if that is a follow-up conversation. You want to make sure that you are providing before you leave that door or before you leave that dining room table. Hey, I know I've given you a lot of information to think about today. Would it be okay if I gave you a call Thursday at 2:00 just to go over any questions that you have? I'm sure you're going to have some, later on while you guys are discussing this. I just want to make sure that you have all of the information that you need. So book that follow-up appointment, whether that's in person or on the phone before you leave. Remember, building rapport quickly is key. So you want to have a warm greeting and you want to feed their need immediately. You feed their need by asking open-ended questions, because when it comes to sellers, the initial need is usually not their real need. Well, I need to save money on selling my home. Okay, let's talk about why. So ask open-ended questions. Actively listen to them, repeat back key points. As we went through this exercise, When we were talking about commission, we repeated back those key points. I understand how many clients need to work within their budget when it comes to commission. I'd be happy to go over some plans that are custom designed to you that can help. Share something about you personally at the appointment or on the phone. Let them know that you understand, that you empathize, and that you can relate with their situation, whatever that is. Express appreciation for them reaching out to you and then going on to that lead site to put in their information, how grateful you are that you got to speak with them, and repeat that needed solution. Think outside the box. And we always ask this at the end of Feed the Need. Why is a future booking method so important when it comes to sold.com leads? This is for you guys to answer, not me. Why is a future booking appointment method so important on sold.com leads?
So they don't just go back to sold.com again and get somebody else.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So they're not calling somebody else. So they're not calling an auctioneer. So they're not, going to a wholesaler to find an investor. And that may be what they need, but you want them to come back to you for that advice and guidance. Even if they don't sell with you, even if they don't put their home on the market, you as a professional can point them towards the direction of somebody who can help without taking advantage of them. And that's the importance. Remember that even if you don't help somebody today by getting a sale, helping them in general is going to lead to referrals from that person later on. They will become your biggest cheerleaders and your biggest advocates. So we can't help everybody that's out there. That's just not the way of the world. Sometimes we can help them and sometimes we can't. But when it comes to leads, specifically like this one, where we know that they don't know what they're doing, it's important to have that empathy and just be good humans to them so that you can build those relationships that will add to additional revenue later on. So why is future booking method so important? It establishes rapport. It creates a great timeline. It shows the dedication to their need. It establishes trust. It helps prevent a wandering client. And it feeds the immediate gratification desire that we all have. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining sold.com Feed the Need. Do you think anybody here has a better understanding of how these clients are getting over to your inbox?
Yep.
Great. It's quiet today. It's so quiet today. Is everybody like just waiting for the sun to come out and hibernating in their homes today? All right. Well, I will stay on the call here like I always do for a few minutes in case anybody has anything, but you guys have an amazing rest of your day.